He's the best.
He was so great. Oh yeah, Ben, what a guy. Mark Bunting,
Yes.
our first assistant director. I'm just getting over. I'm just getting over the show being done, and I'm starting to decompress. I'm in LA, and he sends me a text, and it just says, "Well," and then it's followed by a photo that is clearly a blank soundstage. And I was about to text him. I'm like, "Oh no, you just sent me a photo of the bunker that's a blank soundstage now, didn't you?" I didn't text him back for like 3 days, that asshole. Oh man.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'm over it. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with not working and not knowing when I'm going to go back to work. It's fine. I'm good.
Oh, listen,
In actuality, I am good. Are you okay? Because you are one of the most entrepreneurial, forward-thinking, go-getters, always busy people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
How are you dealing with stuff like this?
I am channeling that energy into other things because I was supposed to be on a film in South Africa in like 2 weeks.
Sounds about par for the course.
Which obviously is not happening now.
No.
So we'll see. I'm doing research for that because I actually have time now, and I'm developing a couple projects that I actually have time to focus on that now and go back to the source material and kind of seeing what else I can do creatively to find something. What are you doing to keep that energy occupied?
One of my friends is out in the desert with me, and she and I have been talking a lot about a book we want to option that we're going to try to create a TV show for, or a limited series, or a movie. I'm not sure. I'm not an alarmist, but I'm playing the long game on this one, and right now I'm not trying to rush to the idea that things are going to go back to normal in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. So right now I'm where it sounds like you're a person that initiates things. I'm a person that needs a start date.
Yeah.
Like when I was training for Heels, we were eventually supposed to start around March 15th. And I couldn't really kick my workouts into high gear until I knew what our actual start date was. And then I really go for it.
Right.
So right now I'm chilling. I'm swimming a lot. I'm running a lot. I've got my home gym that I haven't used yet. Don't tell anyone that's involved with Heels. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I won't tell anyone, but the 9,300 people that are watching might say something.
This video only lasts 24 hours, and then it's gone.
Oh, you're right.
Unless I find out a way to save it at the end, but who's to say, really?
I don't know. I'm too much grandma to listen.
Honestly, our kiddo's doing homeschool. She's got dance every day at 2:00.
That's amazing. Wait, you posted something. She has a virtual dance class, like an online live stream thing?
Yeah, she has a dance class, and her teacher's doing a class every day at 2:00. She goes on, does it. We've got communal tennis courts right by where we live that we've been going to, and I don't know, just chilling.
That's awesome. It must be nice to actually get to spend some time with your family, eh?
Yeah. Did you say A?
Yes. I've been working in Canada for long enough, Stephen. It's been in my vocabulary for so long.
Hey, tell me for a second about Big Slick.
Ah, yes. I can talk all day about Big Slick. So, as you probably know, there's a lot of incredible creative talents from Kansas City.
Yep.
From Will Forte to Paul Rudd to Eric Stonestreet, Rob Riggle, David Koechner, all those guys. And about, I guess, 11 years ago now, they started a small poker game as a charity event for the Children's Hospital there, which operates a lot like St. Jude. It's called Children's Mercy, and that they don't charge people if they can't afford to pay for the health care. They just make sure the kids are taken care of no matter what it takes, which it's amazing because it's a locally sprouted, locally run hospital. And this poker game has now turned into a weekend-long fundraising event that we play a softball game in the baseball stadium, and we go play with the kids in the hospital. We have a bowling tournament, and then it all ends at a big variety show at the end of the weekend. And last year was their 10th year of doing it, and the variety show had moved from a small theater in downtown Kansas City to the 5,000-seat Sprint Center.
Yep.
And we raised $2.5 million in 2 days.
Good for them.
And over the course of 10 years, they've raised over $10 million for this children's hospital.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do.
One of the first things that I thought of when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year was that I was happy because I knew how guys like Stonestreet and Paul Rudd and just Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Yeah.
They invited me one year, and they invited me 2 different years, and I couldn't go. But I went to a con in Kansas City in, I want to say 2016 or 17. Have you ever met Casey Supergirl?
No.
Well, you should.
Next
time you go. When
I
Big
will.
Slick comes back, she'll be there for sure. She's the girl that looks like Supergirl that's dressed as Casey Supergirl.
That's amazing.
And she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person that I met when I was at that con.
That's awesome. You know, I've been to a lot of Comic-Cons, but I've never been to the Kansas City one.
It's fantastic. Funny story. I committed to the KC Comic-Con back in, oh gosh, I can't remember what season it was. I'm going to say 5 or 6. And they scheduled us for Paley Fest. But they didn't schedule us for Paley Fest until like a month before it was going to happen. And I had committed to Kansas City Comic-Con 4 months in advance for Saturday and Sunday, except that our panel was Saturday, and it was all of us. It was the entire cast of every show that was on the air at the time.
Oh my God.
And I was like, guys, what do you want from me? Like, I've committed to this. This promoter has sold a lot of tickets based on the fact that I'm coming here. And Greg Galanti goes, look, you don't have to go, but you will be the only person not there. Oh shit. Okay. So I went to that con. I went to that Paley Fest. I went to the dinner thereafter, and then I red-eyed to Kansas City, was at the con from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then was back in Vancouver that night. It was awesome, by the way. It was really, really good. Really, really good. Okay.
Kansas City's great. Did they at least feed you barbecue while you were there?
I barely ate a sandwich when I was there.
Oh. Okay, next time you're there, let me know. And I'll hook you up.
My good friend Jack and his wife Lauren and their kiddos, I became good friends with them, and they're constantly inviting me to Kansas City, and I'm pretty sure that they know the best barbecue places. All right.
I have to say hi. Do you know Katherine Gallagher? She just commented. She hopped on here. She's one of my nearest and dearest, and she's super talented, and I love her so much. Hi, Katherine. I don't know.
Do I know her?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Okay. Well, you should, because she's awesome.
Okay. Well, now I do.
There you go.
All right. Give me some movie recommendations.
Ooh. Okay. Well, my top 3 are a nice spectrum of among my favorite movies, because I can never pick a favorite movie, Gilda with Rita Hayworth from the 1930s. 30s, 40s, something like that.
Okay.
Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Usual Suspects.
Jesus Christ. When did you first see The Princess Bride?
I was probably 10.
So,
And
4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah. No, a few more years ago than that. No, but it's been one of my favorite movies for a long time.
I saw it in the theater with my dad and my sister in 1987.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Was it 1987?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Sounds right.
Favorite characters in order, Princess Bride. And by the way, this could destroy the internet if you get this wrong.
Favorite based on what, though? Based on entertainment level or based on...
It's the game of Survivor.
Oh, God.
Okay, and
well...
you just got to take, you eventually got to take one person. So you can count it down from 5, or you can go up from 5, whatever you want. But again, as you're thinking about this, I went to a dinner in Phoenix in 2014, and I was watching Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals with the Kings and the New York Rangers, because I had been at Phoenix Comic-Con, so I couldn't go to the game. My wife was at the game. Kings won in double overtime, and I ended up late to this dinner after Phoenix Comic-Con, and Carrie Elways was there.
I love Carrie. He played my dad in a movie.
Well, I did not know that. But he's such a lovely, lovely man. And we went around the table telling stories, and everyone was telling like a story